Hi, welcome to another edition of Film School. Thanks for tuning in. A common question is, can you use punches with Empower nail art films? And the answer to that is absolutely yes. Here is a fun stamp that was found at a craft store. You can see it's got lots of different shapes of hearts. I'm going to take a misprint, which is just a film that has some little air pockets and that in it. And so you can get it to use for pretty much any purpose that you want. If you're not using it as a full film, it doesn't hurt anything. I'm going to place this on the stamper and punch it. Pull it off. And then you can see you've got some heart cutouts. I'm going to do another one in a different color. Press that really good. And just kind of press it one more time for good measure. And see you've got some good cutouts. I'm going to see if I can't line this one back up and punch it again, the same as I did the other one, to make sure that I've got really good cuts. There we go. The trick is not to punch too slow. Then as you can see underneath, we have all kinds of little hearts that we could use in our nail as a design by themselves. I'm just going to swipe those out of the way. Another way that you can use the punch is to use the film as a stencil. So I'm going to lay this little guy back down because we're going to use him to hold the pigment that we're going to put on the nail. The reason I did this out of misprint is so that I can cut this piece up and it doesn't really bother me as much. Now I'm just literally going to take a section of it and wind the blade through it and pick it up. Then you can use that to place on a nail with gel polish, and your gel polish needs to have been cured. And you want to leave the sticky layer intact, so do not remove the top film of the gel polish. And just come in and gently lay the Empower down without touching the inside of the stencil with your fingers. Don't want to get any finger oils where we're going to try and put those pigments. And if you need to get any spots to lay down, don't be afraid to stretch the film a little bit. Remember, it has a great flexibility that makes it really nice on a curved nail, which the color pops are definitely very curved. Getting close to my cutouts, I'm going to use the $100 stick to make sure that the edges of the cutouts are down nice and tight, because we're going to use some pigments to fill those hearts in, and we don't want any pigment seeping under the edges of our hearts and messing up our design. So I'm just really making sure that's smoothed down, and I'm not concerned about any wrinkles that are out in the film. I'm only concerned about having smooth edges around my design. Once you're sure you've got that stuck down really well, grab some pigments, and I just have a couple different shades of pink here. One is kind of a light frosty, and then one is a really bright. Take a brush, press it dry into your pigments, and then press it dry onto the nail. And I'm going to press some of each color into the hearts to make the hearts look two-tone. And I just gently dried the brush off in between colors. Really press with the pigment so that it gets nice and attached into that sticky layer that you have left behind from curing your gel polish. Once you feel like you've really pressed the pigment into the design, clean your brush off and then go back and gently dust the excess out of your shapes. Then we'll move our pigments out of the way and pull our stencil off gently. Then you have your stenciled shapes. If you would like to add to that a little bit, we can come in with some of our little hearts that we've punched out. Pick them up, set them down into the design. And because one is pigment and one is the film, it's going to give you a really neat, slightly dimensional textured look. I'm just going to pick up a few different sizes of hearts. I'm even going to place them laying different directions on the nail so they're not all the same. This little guy we stuck upside down just for fun. I'm going to flip one of these little guys over and pick them up. If you were concerned about messing up the pigment, you definitely could go ahead and do a layer of your gel top coat before you came in and placed the hearts made out of the film. There's really no right or wrong way to play with the Empower Nail Art film. It's very flexible, and fortunately it sticks to everything, and everything sticks to it. Let's see if we can get a medium size shimmery copper film to fill that last little space to make everything look nice and uniform. And I'm just using the blade to reach between the film and the backing. And can you see how thin the film is? If I turn it sideways, you almost can't even see it. It's thinner than the blade. And I was thinking that this little spot right here kind of needed a little something extra. If you want to, you can come in with a $100 stick and really make sure that those got smoothed down. Take a look down the barrel to be sure you don't have any spots sticking up. Apply your gel polish top coat, cure for the manufacturer's recommended amount of time, and enjoy your super fun heart look.